everybody, Modern Era Fitness. Caleb here, and we've got Mike Walsh as usual.
Hey, everybody.
And today we've got a special treat for you. We've got Tony Santos from 45th Parallel Podcast. A real heck of a guy. Hey, Tony.
Hey, man.
How's it going,
guys?
Good.
Awesome. Glad to be here.
Yeah.
Off to a fantastic start.
Well, we'll get there.
Yeah. We're warming our engines.
Warming up. Yeah, we're going.
Well, see, normally on the 45th Parallel, Bentley runs everything, and I just kind of follow. So I'm looking for that now.
We're not. We're not that coordinated.
No,
all right.
We're not that coordinated. So thanks for joining us today.
Yeah, absolutely. You guys do a fantastic show. I've been listening to it since Caleb really put it on Facebook.
Awesome.
And listen to the first episode right away.
Cool.
Usually listen to it in the morning while I'm making breakfast. So
it's a good breakfast podcast.
It
is.
definitely is.
Lighthearted but serious.
Yeah, absolutely.
Funny but serious.
Yeah, you know.
Do you want to tell us a little bit about you? Like, what do you do?
What do I do?
What do you want the world to know?
What do I want the world to know? All right. Well, I co-host 45th Parallel Podcast based out of Salem. We are a paranormal podcast that is pretty much it's the induction of paranormal stuff. We don't try to get too far into, the deets with everything, but it's more of we're like a gateway drug to the
That's
paranormal.
cool.
The marijuana of paranormal.
Yeah.
Okay, I like it.
Or we're more like the after school special that makes kids really want to try the dope.
Yeah.
Is what we are.
Yay. So we brought Tony on because he's been really successful in his weight loss journey.
For sure.
So where can people go to get a snapshot of what you're doing?
Right now, my Instagram at Jurassic Parkus.
That's awesome.
And then, I post, food and side-by-side comparison pictures all the time.
Uh-huh.
Another thing you can do is with Bentley's help, who helps me who's the other co-host of the 45th Parallel, I started a video web series, kind of just showing my journey from 380 pounds is what I used to be, like about 4 years ago. I want to try to get down to 200, and I'm just going to kind of video blog it all the way down.
I like how you avoided vlog.
Oh,
yeah.
I hate it.
Yeah. Good job.
So, do you mind sharing where you're at now?
Yeah, I just weighed in. I do my weigh-ins on Fridays, and I'm down to
once a week. I like it.
Yeah, 264.
Oh,
is what I'm at
whoa.
now.
Awesome.
From
380.
Holy smokes!
Yeah, and 380 is the one that I know that I was at my heaviest. That's when I started going to the gym again.
Mm-hmm.
But it could have been heavier before then. Who really knows? But that video series, you can find it on YouTube. Just search Average Adonis. It's like 6 videos out right now.
How do you spell that? Adonis.
Adonis.
Okay, just all one word. Average Adonis.
Yep.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I watched a few of them, and they're really cool. They're just straightforward.
Yeah, I try to do real talk with it. I don't try to sugarcoat anything because I feel that people that want to lose weight have friends and family sugarcoat. Oh, you don't need to lose the weight.
Yeah.
You don't need to do this.
You're
Too much,
beautiful the way you
let them think of for themselves and have it done. Let them do it their way.
That's one of the things I like about it in particular, because I think it was the last one, maybe it was the one before, but you were like, I had some candy.
Yeah.
And you were like, whatever.
Right.
Like, you didn't make a big deal about it, which I feel like the unhealthy mindset is to just get super down on yourself and be like, oh, I failed. When really it just happened. It's a Buddhist kind of a take on it. Like, you accept that it happened and then you move on. And it's not that you're trying to, what's the word I'm looking for?
Dwell?
Yeah, you don't kind of hang on it, and that's not a snapshot of your overall journey. I feel
right.
Like
that's
you don't
just
put too
one
much weight
little
in it.
step.
Yeah.
In the whole thing. And
Yeah.
How I look at it as I look at it as it was one small battle in the war.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like I lost one battle, but how many have I won from there?
Yeah.
And even like last weekend, I went down to Eugene and got some Voodoo donuts.
Man.
You know what I mean? Like,
Just stop right at Eugene.
Yeah.
Wait, what's wrong with Eugene? I mean, I don't like it, but
Nothing.
Nobody does.
Nothing.
But just having Voodoo Donuts and having that one thing I try to tell myself now once a month, have that something that's going to keep you sane.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean?
So you take that down to once a month? Because I know I preach to my clients like, hey, if you're going to go like real strict, do like once a week. Like one day of the week is, wake up and have pancakes and bacon.
And how I do that, I do like a weekly thing, but a monthly thing I'll have something super sugary.
Yeah.
But a weekly thing is I'm usually pretty strict and weigh out all my food during the week. My weekends from work, which is Friday, Saturday, I don't weigh anything out.
Gotcha.
That's cool.
I just kind of eat. I still keep it within reason, but I don't go overboard and eat super sugary.
I think that's really important because that makes it more of a livable. Like, this is something you can do for the rest of your life, as opposed to a diet.
Yeah,
right.
Which is finite.
Yeah.
So you said you weigh, you forego weighing things. So you mean just measuring?
Yeah, measuring. So during the week, I measure everything. Even when it comes to vegetables, I measure out. If I'm doing leafy greens, it's usually like 2 cups I'll have for lunch,
right? And
that's 85 grams. Well, during my weekend, I'll eat whatever I want.
Was it hard to start measuring things?
Oh, I hate it still.
Yeah.
I absolutely can't stand it. Okay. But it's something that you just have to discipline yourself. As with any other profession, whether it be martial arts or personal training, you just have to have that mental mindset that that's what needs to happen. And I tend to look at it now as I'm doing more of science when it comes to it. Like,
you got your beakers out, you're measuring,
buzzing.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
Sorry, I didn't. Sorry. Okay.
We're gonna have to pay somebody now.
No, we're not.
Nah, just put it in a different key. It's fine.
Yeah.
I'll auto-tune the bazinga.
So, but you'd say it's obviously worth it, right? Like measuring things, going through the work, and losing 100%. Weight consistently.
100% worth it.
Cool.
Since I started fully weighing out food starting at the beginning of April, and I'm down 10
awesome.
From that.
Yeah.
Because, and as I said in one of my videos, I can't eat all the cheese that I wanted to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that's a super fatty food. Or peanuts, another one.
Yes.
Super highly caloric food. And you just can't eat all those.
Yeah.
And you have to make sure that you're disciplined in eating just portions.
I wanted to ask you about your diet because you do the ketosis?
Yeah, I do keto.
Keto?
Keto for it, yeah.
Diet. What made you choose that one specifically?
It's the only thing that worked, that I found that works for me.
Awesome.
So what else did you try, if I can ask?
I tried, I tried just counting calories, using doing a lot of starchy, carby foods like rice and potatoes. Like those are killers for me. So it's like if I have a potato, I'm eating all the potatoes.
Yeah,
right.
It's hard for me to control.
Are you
how
part
much
Irish?
Of those I eat. No.
Oh,
unless Mexican is now the new Irish.
I think it is.
But and I forgot what the question was now.
I was just asking, what other stuff have you tried?
Oh, that's right. So, eating a bunch of low-fat foods that just, they just substitute sugar in for fat when it comes to all that stuff. Eating a lot of low-fat foods, finding my weight loss to be just minimal from that, even with tracking at that point. It was just minimal. I tried the stupid cleanses, the lemonade cleanse,
where
it's cayenne pepper, lemons, and all that stuff.
Right.
Tried that. Tried other fasts, and
pause for a second. Yeah. Sorry, I totally just probably ruined your momentum.
No, not at all. But when it came down to failing at all those other things, even though, all those starchy foods, they just wear me down and they just make me feel sluggish. They make me not motivated to do anything. I decided to try this out. I had some friends that were also doing it, and it was just something that really caught to me. Yes, I do like bacon, and that's awesome.
How big of a motivator was that in picking this particular?
Dude, I was a vegetarian before.
What?
Yeah.
So how morally?
How
did you make that jump?
I was
morally?
a vegetarian for like 5 years. There wasn't really a moral obligation to me being a vegetarian.
What was your initial motivator to become vegetarian?
Oh, I bet myself in the mirror that I couldn't do it, so I did it.
That's pretty good.
I was like, look in my mirror. I bet you can't go vegetarian. 5 years later, I was still. But I mean, I was the worst kind of vegetarian. I was muchas gracias, potato and cheese burrito, please.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean?
Just avoiding meat, not really thinking about the full nutrition
Yeah, not at all.
picture. Okay.
Vegetables, nope.
Yeah.
Potatoes,
You
sure.
know, I think I was the same way. I've only been a vegetarian for, I don't know, 2.5 years, something like that. And I don't see myself getting off of it. But maybe the first 6 months to a year of it, I was the same way. Like, to me, a vegetarian diet meant I could still have that boxed macaroni and cheese at lunch, which has more than your full day of sodium and all that stuff. And I would eat the whole box. They say it's, 3 servings, but come on.
Yeah, you can't eat
Yeah.
one serving
For
of
real?
macaroni.
Yeah.
Or it's like Little Caesars pizza. Let's go get one of those. Oh, I'm going to smash this whole thing at once.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's $5.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
And it was only after like 6 months or a year that I really realized, okay, I'm not getting any of the stuff that my body needs. And I figured going vegetarian, even though I did it for different reasons, I thought, every vegetarian I see is some trim little waif, and so that'll help me on my journey. But totally didn't have much of an effect on my body composition, and it was only when I started to pay attention to what actually I'm putting in my body, the processed food versus the raw food, and trying to dial my macros in, my protein, carbs, and fat, that it actually, I started to feel like human again, and I could fuel my workouts. I could do my martial arts and teach classes and things like that only once I got all that stuff figured out. But up until that point, muchas gracias. Taco Del Mar.
Yeah.
Yeah, that stuff was...
You can find vegetarian options everywhere.
Yeah, but vegetarian does not equal healthy.
Right.
Neither
And
does
I-
organic.
Yeah, and I think that's a real kind of lie that people buy into. Like,
Well-
they assume that diet means healthy. They assume that fat-free means healthy.
Cleanse.
Cleanse,
Organic.
detox, organic,
Extreme.
natural. It's just nonsense.
That's actually one of the biggest pet peeves of mine is attaching a word to a way of eating and then marketing it. And I can't tell you how many times somebody comes in
Okay.
like, oh yeah, I eat all organic, labeled organic stuff, and I'm still, this way, and I don't feel healthy. I know I'm not healthy, but I eat only organic. What's going on?
Okay, let's talk about the lean muscle elephant in the room. Bulletproof coffee.
Oh, God. I knew you were going to bring it up as soon as I talked about it. It's a good thing. I understand that it's a gimmick. I think it's like Dave Asprey does the Bulletproof diet.
Okay.
He's the creator of it. But for someone on keto, it makes sense to get a good form of healthy fat into your diet, because my macro breakdown is pretty much 80% fat, 15% protein,
Wow.
5% carbs.
That's
Man, oh, man.
intense.
So I'm eating, I try to stick between, a 20 to 30 net grams of carbs a day, so my brain doesn't turn to mush, which,
Right.
is the main thing
Go
I'm focused
bonkers.
on. Right, exactly.
Do you feel like it affects your workouts at all? Not having those carbs to kind of fuel the fat burning fire, so to speak?
I think it's, it doesn't really affect my workouts. And honestly, if I'm hungry before, I'll eat some pecans. I'll
Okay.
eat some almonds to try to get that going, or I'll refuel afterwards with that stuff.
Gotcha.
It's not, that's the one thing where I don't deprive myself. If my body's telling me something, I listen to my body fully.
So it's like you're just fueling at the right time,
Right.
as opposed to just...
Right, exactly.
Okay. Well, that's cool.
Was that hard to start that process going into keto?
Yeah, because your old mindset, it's still give me the sugar,
Right.
and it's hard to not eat as much sugar as you are used to.
Right.
How long did that take for you to adjust to that?
To adjust to full on keto, 6 weeks, I would say. I mean, it's still, even like I said, donuts last week.
Yeah.
It's still every once in a while I still crave and I still cave in and have that.
I smoked for a little while, and when I quit, they say that after 72 hours, the physical addiction is gone. Anything else after that is psychological. And, there are times, even now, even though that's decades in the past, oh my gosh, I'm old. There are still moments where I'm like, gosh, a cigarette sounds kind of nice right now. Like just the mood, the setting sounds good. And I feel like that's similar in a way, and maybe I'm wrong about that. But there are times when a friggin' donut sounds to be like the best miracle food in the world.
Oh yeah, and that's the hard thing with any type. I would say I had a food addiction completely, and it's one of those addictions that, like I'm sure, alcohol, drugs, anything like that, you can live without them, but you can't live without food. So it's like one of the hardest addictions to catch yourself on and then to reverse and have a different mindset.
I hadn't heard that before. That's really interesting.
I think that's a really cool thing that we can kind of dive into a little bit. Is like you realize that you had a food addiction.
Oh yeah, I mean,
and now you think you don't.
Well, I mean, I think I don't think I'm addicted to food anymore. Because I don't find myself craving constantly every day that ice cream pint.
What do you think brought about that transition from knowing that you're addicted to being in control? How did that happen?
I would say mostly I just didn't want to be a fat guy anymore.
so the motivation there was very clear.
Yeah.
It was the classification in society kind of a thing, or was it more personal? Like you didn't.
Well, I guess.
Did you care more about the what everybody else thought, or was it more about your own perception of yourself?
Well, I guess, I mean, to answer that question, we have to go back and really find out, why I became 380 pounds. And, going back and, battling depression my whole life is the huge thing. My dad left our family when I was 4 years old, and I took a lot of that to heart, and blamed myself for him leaving, blamed my mom for him leaving. And I think at that point, food was the comfort. Food was there. So eat because I'll feel good. As it goes on, getting bullied a little bit in middle school, for a little bit of time. But and then from there, then you get depressed because now I'm the fat guy. No girls like me. Well, no girls like me because I'm fat. I'm going to go have a piece of pizza.
Vicious cycle.
Yeah, it's a constant cycle with that. So I think it was, when it came down to it, when I started this whole process about 4 years ago, I still struggle with this, but I have, it's more of like what the public thinks about me. Everybody's talking about me behind my back. Oh, look at that guy. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
And that's something that I'm now dealing with, body dysmorphic disorder, because I've kind of traded, and now I'm, that I've lost that weight. I'm not happy with how I look right now.
So I know a lot of our listeners might not know what is the thing you just said.
Body dysmorphic disorder.
Yes.
Mike doesn't know.
What is that?
It's a disorder, I guess, where I don't feel comfortable in my body.
Do you think that would continue if you just, lost all the weight you wanted to, gained 50 pounds of muscle, had a six-pack abs and all that? Do you think you would continue to feel that way?
I absolutely do.
Because
there will always be a flaw that I see.
To kind of put it in terms that other people might know, it's believed that Michael Jackson had it.
Oh.
Is that why he kept having
surgeries?
Plastic surgeries?
Yeah. He just, from a young age, he had this mental process where he just was never, ever, ever, ever happy. And so he just kept having surgery after surgery after surgery.
And with me, it's more of, because I don't care, I'll tell you guys exactly what I go through every day.
Yeah.
For me, it's my midsection. That's like, the biggest part for me. And I think my chest is too big too. So what I do every day, and I'm trying to break away from this, but I will check myself in the mirror 5 times before I leave the house. How's this shirt look? Nope. Looks good the first 2 times. Third time, nope. Gotta change the shirt. Ugh, this looks gross. Oh man. So that's just, it's a mental thing that I have to get over every single day.
That's interesting. It almost sounds like there's a smattering of OCD
Yeah,
kind of
it's
thrown in with
it
it.
is a form of OCD, and it's also my anxiety that makes
Oh,
it
okay.
happen.
Okay.
So at least I'm able to understand it, recognize it, and then move on from
Yeah,
there.
yeah. And I think that's where the change happens, where you become healthy. You kind of can take an objective snapshot and realize, okay, this thought process is not helping me. It's not realistic. I just need to go
Right.
with it.
I got 3 questions, and they're kind of
Okay.
quick fire, and your responses don't have to be quick.
All right.
Ready? 1.
One, what made you decide to take yourself seriously with weight loss and making change for yourself?
I saw a picture that my girlfriend at the time took, and I literally just said, whoa, like, how did I get it that far?
Yeah.
And, I was in a 4X shirt, almost busting out of a 4X shirt. And I didn't want to be a 5X,
Yeah.
so that was a main motivator. Like, dang, man, don't get to a 5X.
Yeah.
And that's what started it. Got a gym membership. I set some goals for myself, which I still haven't, 4 years later, after some ups and downs and not going to the gym back and forth, I still haven't hit my first goal, which was 250. That's what I want, and thinking about it, 130 pounds lost for your first goal, dude, that's insane to me.
Yeah.
But I set goals. My goal was and it's still my goal, to go down to Magic Mountain, ride roller coasters. I rode roller coasters when we took a band trip in high school. Loved it. Want to go back and do it.
Uh-huh.
So what I did is I popped up on the elliptical. I pulled up Magic Mountain roller coasters on YouTube. And I was riding roller coasters on the elliptical while I was working out.
That's interesting.
That is awesome.
And I was like, dude, someday I will be there again in real life riding this roller coaster.
Right. So it's like you had it's almost like the carrot in front of the face
Exactly.
or the reward, like your reward is right in front of you
Yeah, exactly.
while you're working towards it.
What
Yeah.
an interesting one to have too. Riding a roller coaster.
Dude, I love them.
It's-
I love them so much, man.
It's
so much
whatever
fun.
works,
Yeah.
If it's roller coasters or whatever.
It's out. I mean, that's the thing. People are only going to want to do this if they have that motivation and they have that clear goal. That's what I think.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
So number 2.
Yeah.
2.
What 2 things would you suggest that somebody wanting to just lose weight and get onto it would do? Top 2 things.
Top 2 things. Has this person been working out?
No.
Go walk for 20 minutes a day.
Boom.
That'd be number 1.
Okay.
And I think you might have said that in the last episode. It's taking small steps. Somebody that's 500 pounds, all they need to do is get up and out of their couch 10 times. Stand up, sit back down. Stand up, sit back down. That's exercise that your body's not used to.
Right.
And you're going to see, I think fully you're going to see results from that.
And then that leads to
Taking it to the next level.
Yeah, standing up, maybe taking a few steps down the hallway of your own house, coming back, sitting down.
Absolutely.
And then after that, it's getting out of the house, coming back.
Absolutely.
Well,
And
that's
then
the
it's
same
walking
thing
to the
that-
end of the block and coming back.
Well, that's the same thing that you and I do, Caleb. When we work out in the mornings, we will do 3 sets of 10 with this amount of weight for this exercise. Let's say bench press, and then the next week,
Of course, it's got to
well,
be bench
e-
press.
everything is bench press.
Yeah.
And
It's
so
the
so the
best.
next week we'll do the same set, same reps. Only instead of sets of 10, we'll do sets of 12, and just add that little bit,
Yeah.
or just tweak it just a little bit to make it just a little bit more difficult.
Vary it somehow to increase.
Yep.
Yeah.
Number 2,
Yes.
drink half your weight in fluid ounces in water.
Cool.
That's what I would do.
I'm doing
that's what I
the
started.
math. in my
So
head.
pounds or kilos or
Stones.
stones.
So yeah, stones. So for me, I drink. I'm still drinking as much as I did when I was like 300 pounds. So I'll drink 150 ounces of water a day.
That is awesome.
So drink half your body weight in fluid ounces is what I would say.
Maintaining that at your original weight, though, do you feel like that makes you at all sluggish? Now that you like
Only if I'm
like as
chugging
you
it
change
right away.
as you change, even but your water drinking habits doesn't. There's going to be a tipping point where that kind of has an effect on you.
Yeah, and I've actually been toying with that, trying to drink a little bit less, but it's just what happens.
It's just
throughout
habit now.
Yeah, it's just habit and what happens throughout my day. But no, I don't. The only time I find myself really sluggish with it is if I'm chugging water because I'm behind or
Yeah,
whatever, you know what I
to
mean?
catch up.
Yeah, but if I'm just sipping throughout the day, I'm
Yeah.
feeling good.
I want to point to the fact that the top two, like you're very successful in your journey so far, and the top two tools that you're suggesting are go for a walk, drink more water.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The easiest thing that
and-
anybody can do.
Right, and I feel
But
like
you just
a lot
gotta
of
take that
a lot
step.
of listeners are going to take that and be like, "Really? That's it?" And then just in one ear out the other because like that's too easy. That's
Yeah.
not sexy. That's not going to the gym and, and sweating my ass off for an hour for 6 days a week.
and this is what we're going to be coming back, and I don't mean to interrupt, but we're going to come back to what you said last time. Starting too hard and burning off too quick.
Yeah.
Bingo.
And that's what my friend does. I just had a friend this week. He was we started
putting
going,
him on blast.
Yeah, absolutely.
I like it.
We went. We started going to the new gym out in Kaiser,
Uh-huh.
and he went with me the first 2 days.
Yeah.
But he hasn't been to the gym in 2 years.
Right.
So he's trying to lift as much as I did. My bench press is way more than his.
Yeah. Again with the bench
Yay,
press.
bench press.
And
I'm feeling kind of inadequate in this room right now.
Don't worry, you could probably still
We'll bench
bench more
after
than
this.
you probably still bench
You
more
haven't
than
seen
me.
me bench, man.
And but it's like he stops going at that point because he's trying to catch up and do what I did. Well, he then said, hey, I'm going to the gym tonight. I'm like, all right, cool. He's like, what should I do? I was like, what do you want to work out? He's like, I want to do arms, cardio, and abs. I go, all right. And I told him, I just said straight out, you start too hard and then you always quit and you never go to the gym for weeks at a time. So, and I gave him a little workout. I was like, do 3 sets of 10 skull crushers, 3 sets of 10 bicep curls, do all, I gave him I gave him 2 lifts of biceps, 2 lifts of triceps. That was it. I said, walk 20 minutes on the treadmill at 3 speed. You're going to want to go and do more than that. You're going to want to run. No, you're going to walk for 20 minutes at 3. And then all for abs, just do 3 sets of 15 leg lifts.
I love
That's
you.
it.
I love you so much.
So the it seems so simple, doesn't it? But so many people will be like, "That's not enough."
Oh,
That's
he,
how on
earth am I
modified
gonna-
my workout.
Of course.
Yeah,
And he did more than what I told him to do.
Is he still
It's
going
such
to the
an-
gym?
No.
It's such an ego thing.
He went one time this week, hasn't been back this week.
Wow.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen.
Start simple. You're not going to be Arnold in pumping iron the first time you go to the gym. That's not you.
Best movie reference ever.
No, you're not going to squat the way he squats in that.
Yeah.
I have bad knees, so I really can't squat anyways, right?
Challenge accepted.
Perfect.
Oh, that's
But yeah,
brilliant.
my top 2 are definitely, they're not even revolving around eating at all.
Yeah.
You'll get there. You'll eat the same way that you're going to right now. You can't change that overnight for sure.
And it really does snowball. If you make these small changes, like what you're talking about, and if you start small, like with what you recommended to your friend, and you're consistent with it, the only way to go is up. Like you're
It's
only going to
even-
improve.
It's even harder though to do that because most products on the market and most
They tell you to do it
people in
quick.
the fitness industry are saying you got to do this hardcore thing.
Yeah.
You got
You have
do
to
this.
commit 8 hours
this
a day.
cleanse or this diet, and there's a reason that those things make a lot of money is because a lot of people try them, they don't work, and then they come and a lot of them are made by the same people or the same companies. They come into they come into the market, they're really popular, they make a lot of money, and they fizzle out.
Yeah.
And the next one comes into the market, they make a lot of money, and they fizzle out because they don't work.
And that's the thing that you see nowadays with the people selling those body wraps
Yeah.
on Facebook.
And
You know,
it'll
fat-
never end.
Fat burner pills.
Yep, there's always going to be potions and pills
Snake
and
oil. Is
Snake
that what you were
oil.
saying?
Yeah, yep.
It's like people,
waist trainers.
if there was a pill that dissolved body fat, do you think it would only be on Facebook?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
It would be
Be on
in
Time
it would
magazine.
be in the
Medical
news. It'd be in
journals.
medical journals, Time magazine. It would be out there.
Yeah.
Don't fall for scams. That's number 3.
Yeah.
Bingo. Do you have any more? So
Oh, man.
so
Let's
I mean, I could
expand
go-
it to 5.
okay.
How
Let's relate to
how long do you want this show to
Yeah,
be?
yeah.
So you were talking about The three things. We're at 3 so far.
Yes.
So wait, let's recap. Walking, water.
Go for a walk.
And-
Drink more water.
And I forgot what the third one
Yeah,
was.
me
Or am
too.
I at the third one now?
No.
What was I
I
at?
think you did the third, but
Let's play it back.
hey, yeah, you guys can just rewind. Okay, we're not going to do that. Number 4.
Number
oh
4.
man, number 4. I see you guys are putting me on the spot, and
Yeah.
I can't think of these right away.
Well, actually, let's abandon the numbers. I got a question for you.
Yeah.
So one of the activities, and I think this is really important. You kind of have to find activities that are fun. Some people don't want to just sit under some weights and push weights around because
Right.
it seems pointless. Mike just was that the finger?
Who
Did
on-
you give me the finger?
Who on earth would think that way?
I used to think that way. Now I love lifting weights.
Yeah.
Now you're a winner.
Yeah.
All your success is because. But one of the activities you used to do was a form of Krav Maga, like a cardio training using Krav Maga.
It was like Taibo.
Right. So like you don't actually run through like an attack scenario.
No, not at all.
It was like in the air, kind of on your own routine.
Yeah,
kind
it
of
was.
thing?
It was just a series of punches that I
Okay.
would throw, and it was a circuit training. So I would do like a minute of punching, whatever the instructor that I had recorded. If he did 1, it's just like a jab. 2,
Okay.
it's a jab and cross or whatever.
Yeah.
And then he'd be like, "All right, 20 seconds of push-ups in 3, 2, like just go boom, 3, 2, 1. All right, back to your feet, 2," and then I'd be expected to throw the second
Jab,
combo.
cross.
You
Okay.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's 21 minutes for the whole thing.
Nice.
Jeez.
And you get 2-minute breaks or 2 1-minute breaks in that whole thing.
Okay.
So
And how did you feel about that? Like, did it feel very effective? Was it stimulating?
for cardio, I think it would be awesome.
But as far as self-defense practicality,
No, not at all.
okay.
But for me though, I got bored with that training
That
really
method?
quickly.
Yeah.
And that's when I started getting into bicycling, and that's kind of what
Ah.
I'm doing now. And
I love that. And did you do the monster cookie?
yes, I did.
How did that go?
Dude, it was tough because the last 15 miles I had a bunch of headwind and my butt hurt. So
So
do you have a chamois,
yes, I
a
do.
crotch pad?
Yes, I do.
as somebody that has no idea what bicycling is about?
So the monster cookie is a metric century.
It's a metric century.
So
62
that's like
miles.
62 miles. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
For those of you in America,
That's too far.
It is.
why wouldn't you drive a car?
So it goes from downtown Capitol building all the way out to Shampooey,
Oh yeah.
and then all the way back.
I love it. My dad used to do that. He used to ride competitively, actually.
Oh,
And
that's awesome.
the Giant Peach. Have you heard of that one?
Yep. Planning on doing. I might be doing the metric century in that. It's like in
Ooh.
September, I want to say,
That's
or
awesome.
August.
And you also have like Hood to Coast or Portland to Coast.
I've
or
reached the beach next week.
Reach the beach. Yeah. So, and you're doing it for a specific cause, aren't you?
Yes, for the American Lung Association. So I'm writing on behalf of my grandma, who has fortunately won 2 battles of cancer. She had
Oh,
lung
man.
cancer and she had colon cancer and survived
Wow.
both. She's still kicking right now. So,
Right on.
but that's going to be an
Way to go.
80-mile ride.
Abuela.
Yes. Well,
Hey, good job.
she's the white grandma.
Oh, grandma.
Grandma.
Way to go, grandma.
Good job, Grandma.
But that's going to be an 80-mile ride. So that's going to start in Newburgh and go all the way out to Pacific City.
Also, a little
night.
bit longer.
Yeah.
Yikes.
I did it last
and that's
year.
a hilly
Oh yeah, you're
ride.
going like up a mountain.
Yeah.
Last
So-
year I did a 55-mile ride for Reach the Beach, so we're kicking it up a notch and adding some miles.
That's nuts.
Do you prepare for that at all, or you just like go
Nope.
into it blind, be like, here I go?
Monster Cookie did
Yeah.
it completely blind. Terrible idea.
Man.
I try to spin at the gym every night now,
Uh-huh.
but I'm not getting
like
the
a
miles. that
DJ, like
yeah, wicka wicka.
you spin,
And,
spin some discs, some vinyl.
But I'm not getting the miles that I need to in. I'm not sitting on a saddle for. That's a bike seat for you, Mike, since you're not.
Oh,
bicycling.
yeah. Horses.
And I'm not sitting on it for an hour or two trying to get conditioning up. I ride to work, I ride at the gym, and that's pretty much it. Just do my normal cardio stuff.
I need to invest in a chamois because I get okay. So
What's that?
Mike? You a chamois is a thing that sits in between your gentleman parts and your saddle.
Oh.
It's like a
But
little gel
it's
pad.
in your shorts.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, yeah.
I really need to invest in something like that because
That's called a chamois?
yeah, and I don't ask me why. You can thank the Tour de France for that one.
Yeah.
But this is real talk here. I've
Tape blowout.
yes,
Come on,
numbnuts for real. Like numbnuts is a real thing.
You know what you
want
wanna-
to
you know what you need to do?
derogatory term.
You know what you need to do? You need to figure out which way you hang, and then you cock your saddle to the right or left, and you'll be fine.
I don't know.
That's
man.
some
Just a
advanced
little,
stuff.
just a little bit. I'm talking like centimeter. You're
Okay.
good.
Okay. I'll have to try that. Last time I was on for any amount of time, have you experienced it?
What? Tape blowout?
Numbnuts.
Yeah, I wore. Okay,
He's
here's-
ridden like a million miles.
Here's a story. Last year in Reach the Beach, 55 miles was the goal. I completely forgot my chamois. Dude, there were 13-mile legs. By the end of the first one, I was done.
You're lucky it's still attached to your
Yeah.
body.
Oh, yeah. Blood everywhere.
Oh!
No blood at all, but
Okay.
man, that would have been so crazy.
Yeah,
It sucked. It sucked really bad.
The first time it happened to me, I'm like, I didn't connect the dots. I didn't realize it was from the activity. So I was thinking,
Something's wrong.
yeah, what's wrong, and why does it feel like I'm peeing in my pants right now
Yes.
when I'm not peeing in my pants?
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Like it just gets kind of warm and tingly down there, and
Oh, my God.
Yeah, it's the worst, man.
it's terrifying.
Bicycling. Love it.
10 stars.
But that's what I mean. I took from that like Krav Maga
Yeah.
training, and I went and found something
And
that
you
I
found
really
something that
liked
you
I
enjoy,
do.
yeah.
yeah. And then from there, it was weightlifting.
That's
From
cool.
there, so
Cool.
they'll kind of play into themselves.
He evolved from
Yeah.
Krav Maga
He's a fully functioning man
to biking to weight training to bench
Now.
press.
He's all grown up.
Yeah, bench press and deadlifts.
That's right. Backtracking a little bit, back to the keto
Yes.
diet thing. What's
the deal with the keto?
yeah? What's up with keto? So cholesterol. What's
My cholesterol. Okay, I should say my doctor is 100% for this. So you have to be smart with it. Go get your blood levels checked.
yeah?
For sure. The last time I got my cholesterol checked, my cholesterol's down 5 points, even though all I
Wow.
do is eat bacon and drink butter coffee.
I'm gonna beep that out. I'm gonna. That's going on the cutting room
This
floor.
is sounding really attractive.
Don't fall for it, Mike.
But I mean, it's really weird, and I know everybody else has their form of nutrition and what works for them. You kind of just have to find what works for you. But the studies are done, and I mean, yes, some may be biased, some may be against and for it, whatever. But cholesterol
It
tends to
hasn't been
lower.
an issue for you.
It has not been an issue. Tends to lower by eating a higher fat diet because a lot of people are still in the mindset that fat makes you fat,
Yeah.
and it's really the sugar and the starches that.
Yep.
You
do
know, something that I find interesting, and I don't know who knows it out there, so I'm just going to put it out there. By the time you're 14, 15, like around that age, you have the amount of fat that you're going to have. Like the amount of fat cells in your body doesn't change after that puberty era. And what changes is the size of those fat cells. And so kind of what I'm picking up from what you're saying is that eating more fat isn't going to make you more fat. It's everything else, and whether or not that everything else contributes to expanding those fat cells or shrinking those fat cells.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? So eating lots of fat is not adding fat to your body. Does that make sense?
That makes sense to me.
Yeah, me too.
Makes complete
Well,
sense.
of course to you because you like bacon and all that stuff. But
I mean, I'm gonna go have like a little like slice of butter on some cheese after this. Butter cheese. How about some ham with some mayonnaise on it? That's
Oh.
another one.
You know, I used to eat that when I was a kid. Or actually, it was bologna. Like, you would take a slice of bologna, put a pickle in there, and a little bit of mayo, roll it up.
Oh yeah, it's
It's like
delicious.
a meat hot pocket, like a overly processed hot
Man,
pocket.
I don't know why, but the word hot pocket just ugh.
Hot pocket.
I don't know why.
That's growing up Jervis, man. Deli slices, pickles, and mayo.
Nice.
Wait, you grew up in Jervis?
Oh yeah, man.
Dude, I went to Brooks Elementary.
I did too.
Did you really?
Yeah,
No way.
yeah. But for my 7th and 8th grade year. I went to
Oh, I
Brooks.
was there kindergarten through 3rd.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Brooks Eagles.
Yep.
Power.
Would have gone to Jervis High School if I would have stayed out there. But
That's a good thing you didn't.
Yeah.
Not that I love Jervis.
Played Little
and I
League
love
out
the
there, too.
people there. You know, I feel like that last remark about Jervis isn't fair to Jervis.
What?
It's pretty good.
It's like a school, and that's it.
Yeah, there's a post office, a school, and a
Yeah.
market. And
There you go.
That's pretty much it. But like when I grew up in Jervis, I was thinking about, okay, when I'm 18, I'm totally moving to Portland. I want a big city and all these opportunities and stuff. And now,
Shows every night.
yeah, and
Yeah.
so I moved to Salem, which to me was the city.
Oh, yeah.
It was the
for
big
sure.
city, yeah. And now that I've been in Salem for a long time, I'm just like, man, give me Jervis, give me Silverton,
Yeah.
like these nice
Silverton.
little
Even
towns.
Silverton's like popping now.
It
Yeah,
is. It
Silverton's
is.
growing big
yeah,
time.
Yeah. So
What's that noise?
PNW. So we've got a baseball indoor training area next
Oh,
door.
okay.
So they're just cracking the
I
Cracking
think
the
that's something we
bats.
should talk about. In this little
baseball.
No, this little facility. Like we have a indoor betting cage next door to us.
We've got
And
fencing.
We got
tournament,
fencing,
like
as in
sport
swords.
fencing.
Yeah. Is the term catty corner or kitty corner?
I think it goes either way.
Yeah,
Really?
whatever
Yeah.
you want, man.
Catty corner. I
Yeah,
like
it's your
that.
show.
Yeah,
It's my town.
check it. And then we also have some rigging and some mechanics.
Yeah.
Anything you could ever want.
And some medium quality indoor cabinetry.
Medium quality. Is that because they ran over my fitness cone?
Yep. I got a grudge.
I appreciate
Your
it.
fitness cone.
Which is basically just an orange cone.
It's your regular cone.
Yeah.
Like a
When
construction
you
cone.
when
Yeah.
you run around it,
Perfect.
it becomes
Yeah.
fitness.
Oh, gotcha.
So what's your next step? Like, what's your next goal? So you are at
64.
264, and is your goal still a number on the scale, or is it something else? Like, is it how much you can bench?
Nope. Now it's shirt size.
Shirt size.
I want extra large.
Ooh, man,
So-
that's awesome.
I like how that's a definite thing. Like there's no way around that.
Yeah.
And he didn't have to think about it.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of people go like, I just want to be healthier.
Well,
Well,
what does
that's-
that?
that's
It's like,
not
what does
very
that mean?
specific, yeah.
Like, what does that mean to that person?
Yeah.
Bingo.
You know, does that mean you want to be able to run a mile? Well, I can go run a mile right now.
Yeah.
You know, does that mean
Mhm.
I'm healthier? I guess
Right.
maybe.
And-
but
That's another point. Like, everybody, no matter big, small, young, or old, you know, agile or inagile.
yeah.
Let's make up
Not-
some words. Not agile.
And I don't want to make it seem like I'm crapping on people that just want to run a mile and that's what their
No,
benefit
no,
would be. But
yeah.
you just have to find something.
But no matter the person, everybody has their own goal, their own issue that they struggle with. It doesn't matter if they're skinny; they might see something in themselves that they want to change, you know. And I don't think that's any less valuable.
What are some resources? How did you learn about keto?
Reddit.
Where'd you read it?
There's a Reddit on Reddit.
Oh,
So reddit.com /keto is a good place to start. They have a good FAQ. Gives
Hey,
you like
FAQ, you man.
just, give you just the
get
basic rundown. You know, if you need a chart to show you what to eat, it has it. You know, and you just kind of do your research from there. I follow a lot of like keto people on Instagram, and you know, it's a pretty good community that we keep each other motivated.
is
That's
that
cool.
where you would recommend people go? Is reddit.com/keto?
Keto. 100%.
Cool.
They have a whole bunch of different subreddits for it. They do just the normal keto, and then you can go from there. You can go to Keto Gains, and that's the weightlifting keto subreddit. You know, there's a vegetarian keto, which is
How does that work?
dude, I have no idea. I have no idea how it works.
Just all
If-
avocados.
If
Yeah,
anybody
probably
out there
just
knows how
probably
it
just
works,
avocados at all.
let
Everything.
us know.
all nuts and avocados.
Yeah.
Tweet us. Tweet us.
But that's where I started.
Yeah.
That's a good one for sure.
Okay.
That's where I started. I mean, hopefully everybody else, you just find your own thing.
And
Yeah.
how did you decide what to do for your workouts, like your lifting and stuff, your schedule?
I have a friend who was in the military. He's in the Air Force, and he was a. Oh,
Go
wait.
ahead, go
Were you
go ahead, Mike. He was going to.
You're a Marine. You're a Marine, right?
Yeah.
Well, he was in the Air Force. He was a firefighter.
Mike's thinking, oh, that's cute.
That's cute.
And he was just. There wasn't a whole lot of stuff he had to do on the base, so he just worked out.
Get out.
Yeah.
Play dodgeball. Put out fires.
So he would just send me a bunch of workouts, and then when he was visiting back in town, we'd go to the gym together.
That's
what it
awesome.
Was. Yeah.
Play tag.
That's morning PT. Play tag. Freeze tag.
But then from there, man, I mean, if you want to follow some people, you know who CT Fletcher is?
Oh, wait.
I
shoot
know
out yours.
the name.
I do too. What's all your stuff?
What do you mean?
Like your Instagram and all that stuff. So because I imagine you probably share some of the same info
Yeah, so my personal Instagram?
if you're
Or-
comfortable with sharing.
Yeah, my personal Instagram is
It's gonna-
Jurassic Parkus.
Oh,
That's right.
It's
you
gonna
said
blow
that
up
right.
now.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, I hope so.
Yeah. Our 4 followers, which two of them are sitting at this table.
The other two. Thanks, Mom.
What's funny is there are 3 people sitting at this table, so one of us is not listening to us.
Who is it?
It's
don't,
me.
You don't like your own show? Come on, man.
I don't just put this on repeat.
But Jurassic Parkus for Instagram, and then Average Adonis for the YouTube channel. I don't really have anything. I don't do Twitter for this at
Okay.
all.
Yeah.
Oh, just some people that I follow.
Yeah.
To look for motivation.
Yeah.
CT Fletcher's a big one if you want to get into bodybuilding and stuff.
He's the guy that was like, grow, blankety blank, grow.
yeah. He's
Yeah.
like, "What?
He's
mother-"
like intense.
Yeah. He's
What?
like, I command you to grow. He's doing like bicep curls, right?
Yeah.
He's doing preacher curls.
With like
And-
135 pounds.
Yeah, and he'll be like, I command you to grow. He's like talking to
Like
his
preaching
bicep.
to his bicep.
Yeah, exactly. He's like, you work for me.
He's the guy.
Oh, I get it. Preacher curls.
He's the guy
I get
that
it.
I learned the bench press marathon from. Did I show you that?
I
It's pretty
think
much
so.
load up 225 and see how far you can go.
There's a reason why that doesn't sound familiar.
Another one is
the bar for me.
The
Like,
bar. Yeah.
Just be the bar.
Be
just
the bar.
do it until you
Yeah.
pass away.
Okay.
Yeah.
Via con
Pass
Dios.
away.
Vaya con Dios.
Yeah. Well, you're in the ground.
CT Fletch is a good one. I mean, just for motivation. He's funny. He's
Yeah.
so funny. I also watch a lot of Hodge Twins videos. They seem to have some good
No idea.
information. It's just twin bodybuilders that got into shape.
Oh, cool.
But they do a lot of eating challenges too, which I'm really like
Like man versus
jealous
food.
of. Yeah, they'll each go get like a large pizza and then smash it in the car while they record themselves.
That's
But
awesome.
I don't.
It's good
I
that they
wouldn't-
can do it,
Yeah.
but I can't. I can't do that. I'd be wrecked for a week.
Oh man.
Not only weight wise, but also back end wise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Internally.
I feel like most people. Okay, the exception is them and maybe Nick Tong. It's such a finely tuned regimen that any sort of deviation, and I'm talking outside of your kind of figured out treats.
Right.
Right. For me, it just sets me back. Like
Oh, yeah.
I'm back to where I was 2 weeks ago or something like that. Like,
Right. Well, you got to be kind of, not just kind of, but you got to be really deliberate about it. So if, let's say every Wednesday you have a cheat lunch, then it's a cheat lunch and not a cheat lunch with leftovers for your snack and then okay
yeah,
dinner.
and you feel like
It's
you
like
have
a
to get
cheat
it out of the
lunch,
house, so you
and
eat
then,
it all.
And then right after that, like your snack, you're right back on point with your protein shake and your half avocado, and then your on point dinner of your lean and green, and so on and so forth.
Mm.
A lot of people, they'll have a cheat meal and then have the leftovers like the next morning or something, and that's a huge shot in the foot, and that slows you down a ton.
I think that's my problem because I don't like wasting money. So if I go out to a restaurant and I can't finish the food, I take it home.
Yeah.
You know, I try to order healthy at a restaurant, but I mean, anytime you go to a restaurant, there's going to be packed sodium and salt and all that kind of stuff that you wouldn't get in a home cooked meal if you had control. You know,
Give it to somebody else that needs food.
is that you're just trying to take my food?
Yeah.
And I used to have the problem where it's like if I ate just like a little Snickers-sized candy bar, oh, my day's ruined. So the rest of the day, boom.
Well,
Like-
that
like
goes back to that
mentally,
sugar.
or
Because you have a little bit of sugar in your brain. It's not just food. Your brain goes like, "Hey, that was
it's
great.
pretty sweet.
We could probably use some more of that." No, you really need to go get us more of that right
You
now.
know, that is so true. In at my office, when people bring in donuts, I am usually, if I'm having a good week, I'm pretty good at saying no. But every once in a while, I'll snag a donut, and then after I eat that donut, that reprogramming happens instantly. And I think these donuts are out; they're free. I better take advantage of it while I can. And then by the end of the day, I've had 3 or 4 donuts,
Yeah.
and then it's just
Well, it's like that slogan.
digging out of that hole again.
That slogan. You can't just have one. It's like, well, yeah, because they're addictive.
Hmm.
Yeah,
It's true.
that's it.
That's the slogan.
I liked it.
Tony, what kind of stuff do you use to help you on your journey? Like either technology or whatever. So like, I have a Fitbit and I try to track stuff on there. I've used my FitnessPal, which I noticed. I think you
I am
use that,
on.
right?
Yes.
For a while there, I tracked my nutrition religiously, and it helped me out a ton having that information. And I need to get back in the habit because Mike and I were talking. He's concerned about my nutrition.
I am
Yeah.
just because I love you.
So I need to get back on that grind. But so what tools do you use?
When I first started, I bought a Nike Fuel Band.
Yeah.
And I treated it. I love video games. Like I have always loved them. It's like you get achievements for completing in the day. I treated fitness at that point as a video game. So
Gamification.
So if I got my achievement of hitting all of my fuel points, which is my high score, I loved it. That was great motivation for me. Stopped using it. Just fell out of the habit with it. Did my FitnessPal for a while. Fell out of the habit with that. Got back into that now.
Mm-hmm.
But that's really all I use is just my FitnessPal right now. Go buy yourself a food scale and start.
And you journal like your workouts hardcore.
Oh yeah, I keep a workout journal too.
We mentioned it at the beginning. Real quick, why don't you tell us the name of your video series again? Because he shows you his workout journal, and it is amazing. The amount of detail he puts in.
Meticulous.
Yeah, he's got a really good system down.
Yeah, so it's on Average Adonis. I think it's like episode number 3. I detail my workouts,
That sounds about right.
I write. I have a game plan. These are the blueprints of my workout for the day. I don't go home until this is done, pretty much. Well, I do scratch some things out if I'm not feeling it, but I have one day chest and triceps, for
Nice.
one day. And then I'll write out, I'm going to do incline dumbbell press. I'm going to do flat dumbbell press, decline dumbbell press. I write out, I'm going to do, one set of 10 and then 3 sets of 8 from there or whatever I choose to do. And then I just write it all out, write out how much water I've had for the day. So it's usually like 5 of these bottles equals to my water that I'm supposed to drink. So I'll just mark them off every time I drink a bottle. And that's really all I do.
That's
Cool.
pretty good.
Yeah.
That's cool. So, journaling, my FitnessPal, he's getting back into that game. I'm going to
Tracking.
do that too. You're motivating me to get back
perfect.
into that.
I think
Yeah.
that's just common of your tracking things. It's like the tools that you're using are all about tracking
Information is
Right.
power.
bingo.
Absolutely.
Having those visuals really
Yeah.
helps.
Yeah.
Like I said previously, that was kind of the changing factor for me is having the information, objective information of what I'm putting in and what I'm putting out. And you can start to fine tune that and actually make sense of it and make changes where they need to happen. That's part of the reason why I started eating healthy. I mentioned when I went vegetarian, I wasn't eating healthy, but once I started tracking, I saw what kind of garbage I was actually putting in.
Yeah. And just getting eyeballs on what you're doing
Yeah,
is
yeah.
amazing.
Well, good. Excellent. Well, thanks for coming in, man.
Thanks for having me on,
Yeah.
guys. That was awesome.
This was great.
Any last plugs you want to do? Podcasts? all that
45th
stuff?
Parallel, 45th Parallel podcast. You can find it on iTunes and on Stitcher. Yeah, we put out episodes all the time. We're going on, we've been doing it for 2 years, so we just hit our 45th episode.
Yeah, that was cool.
Just recorded our 46th episode yesterday, and it's a lot of fun, so check it out.
That's awesome. And I don't know if you remember this, but my wife and I were lucky enough to take a trip, and we visited the 45th parallel on the South Hemisphere.
Oh, that's
What?
awesome.
And we were driving by, just like in Salem. There's a sign that says 45th parallel, halfway
Right.
between the equator and North Pole.
Is it a lot like Salem?
Actually, yeah,
Really?
like climate-wise, and it's a little more mountainous.
I
'cause
guess
it's
that
a-
would make
Okay,
sense.
that
Yeah.
makes sense. Yeah,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
But I tried to snap a picture. It's super blurry, and you can't really make out what it says. But it's the same sign, just on the other end of the planet. And I sent it in, I think maybe to Bentley, but I don't know if you ever got it.
Yeah, he didn't tell me about it.
Well, thanks a lot, Bentley.
Yeah.
Way to be a cool friend, dude. Yeah. But I was thinking of you guys.
That's awesome. Man.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. So yeah, check out that podcast. It's fun. Some really interesting stuff that they talk about. Real quick before we close out, Mike, do you believe in aliens?
I do.
Perfect.
That was quick.
Yes, I do.
Good. What about ghosts?
Yes.
Okay. What about Bilderberg?
What?
Okay. We got our answer.
Okay.
Cool. Well, if you guys want to contact us, you can reach us, or you can email us at modernerafitnesspodcast@gmail.com, or find us on Facebook and
I don't know the other one.
Twitter and Instagram.
Twitter and Instagram
How?
at MEF Podcast.
There we go. It's like pulling teeth with you.
So I just want to recap really quick the things that I learned from Tony.
Okay.
Awesome.
Go for a walk, drink more water, track what you're doing, and have a measurable result, a specific,
like a goal.
a specific goal.
Yeah. And it doesn't need to be tied to the scale.
Right.
I
It
feel
can be whatever.
Yeah.
Run a mile. That's specific.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wear
An XL shirt.
shirt. That's really specific.
Yeah. And I think those kind of goals are healthier than a number,
Absolutely.
because
Yeah,
we can
because
get kind of caught up.
you'll do anything to get down to the number.
Yeah, the unhealthy things usually.
Right.
So that's cool. Well, thanks for listening, everybody. We'll be back next week.
If you use any of these tools, let us know either on Twitter or email us. And
Yeah.
we'd love to hear about it. Thanks a
Yeah.
lot. You've been watching Modern Air Fitness.
Tweet us.
Let's set the mood for this bench.